Hi, my name is Tikiesha and I am with FabandFive Jewels. And I just want to say hello and just give you guys a little bit about my story and how I became a paparazzi consultant. That's right, I'm a paparazzi consultant number 163393. And it was probably one of the better decisions I made in my life. So let me just tell you guys how I ended up here. So maybe about, what are we going into now, 2018? We're in 2018, so about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I went through community college and graduated with my degree in chemical science and a certification in chemical technology. And I went off into a awesome nonprofit, and also I was working a really awesome teaching job, and then I got sick. I got really sick. I ended up with a condition called Graves' disease, which is a thyroid disorder. And a lot of times you can medicate thyroid disorders, but in my in my state, and actually what I found out is that I had a thyroid condition that I had been harboring since back in my teenage years, and I am 40, so this was a long-standing condition that just finally blew up in my throat. And so I had these massive lumps. I'm not exaggerating, like my throat was this big, like really right now, because I remember how it felt holding my throat. My throat was this big. And my eyes were like super big. It was like really crazy. And so yeah, basically I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything. Literally I couldn't even get out of the bed, because it also is a metabolic disorder. And so it affects either when you have Graves' disease, you can switch to either hypothyroid or hyperthyroid, meaning you can be so tired to where you can't even get out of bed, or you can just be like all day. And I used to fluctuate between those two conditions all the time. And so it was just really hard for me to focus. There were things like brain fog and extreme fatigue. I mean, to the point where I would just be sitting somewhere and I would just doze off asleep. And so after dealing with that condition for a year and a half, they just finally decided that they were untreatable, because usually they'll treat you with a radiation treatment, but that wasn't going to work. And so they decided that they were going to operate. And so during this time, my ex-husband decided to want to show exactly who he was, and I found out the true meaning of in sickness or in health. And so yeah, I ended up having to go through a divorce at the same time. I found out how strong I really was. And so everything culminated in basically me having no car, because of course with a divorce and liquidating assets, no job, because I had been out of work for like 2 years, and no way was I going to be able to get back into the positions that I was in. I was not going to be going back to school again for something else. Like no friends, because once I got sick, everybody kind of just, without me and stuff. Of course, life goes on, right? No husband. And I just really felt completely alone, and I really needed a way to supplement my income and get back on my feet. And so I actually was looking on YouTube for ways of secondary or supplemental income, and I saw paparazzi. And the only thing I knew about paparazzi was TMZ, seriously. So I started looking, and then I started seeing this jewelry in a kit kind of thing. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And then I started hearing about live shows. What are these live shows? So then I went on and checked out a live show. And actually, I contacted Malika Burley with Burley Bling. She's my sponsor. And so I contacted her. And so she gave me a couple of people to look at and stuff like that. And I was just enamored by these people and their charisma and just how welcoming and friendly and inviting they all were. And that is what I was wanting in my life. I wanted something positive, something uplifting, something where I could network and make new friends and basically restart my life back again. And that is the opportunity that Paparazzi has given me, you know. And then on top of that, I have my own business, you know what I'm saying? I have tried several times in several different ways to have a business, and none of them work. I'm a manicurist, and I do okay work, I think. I think my work is pretty bling, right? It's literally impossible to get a business started in the manicuring industry. It is so overflooded, so oversaturated, especially in Los Angeles. And I wasted so much money on booth rents and advertisement, marketing, cards, t-shirts, banners, all these different things, and literally nothing comes of it. This, I invested, like, you know, well, I got the $4.99 kit, and as you can see, I got some cards and a banner, but I have still been able to make much more networking prospects, and I've had a few sales, and that to me has been better than the, like, pursuit of my own manicuring business. So I'm just saying that. I'm just being real, guys. And so, you know, eventually I just made the decision. I looked at everything, did the research, and saw that it was a good opportunity. And I decided that, yeah, this is the time right now to do this, because basically it is a securement of your own financial future, because you are your own boss. You buy your inventory. So this is my inventory. This is my stock. It's bought and paid for. So when I sell this, it's up to me to manage my business now. They give you basically everything you need, business in a box. And from that point, you have a support team. You have everything you need to reach out and, like, try and find ways to manage your business. And it's just about being smart. And like I said, I've only done this for 2 weeks, but I am loving it. I am loving it. So I don't know if my story will help you in any way as far as making a decision, but this is how I came to my decision to be a paparazzi consultant, Papa Mama. My website is FabandFiveJewels.com. My YouTube, well, you're on my YouTube. My Facebook is FabandFive Jewels, and please join the group FabandFive Jewels VIP. But what I want you to know about FabandFive, excuse me, sorry. What I want you to know about FabandFive Facebook is that I'm always having cool stuff going on there with tips and all this other stuff. So if you are thinking about being a paparazzi consultant, come on, check out my website. Check out my Facebook, and you might find some cool thing there, like DIYs or something like that. And there's always the FabandFive share contest. So FabandFive Jewels has a monthly contest where the person who shares the most will be the winner of a very special prize. So yeah, and another awesome thing about FabandFive Jewels is that it allows my children to be part of my business. When I was manicuring and stuff like that, it really wasn't, you know, it was kind of frowned upon if your kids have to come to your business or your establishment. And having a child is expensive as far as childcare. It's almost like $120 a day or something like that for childcare. And so, you know, if you're trying to work and stuff like that, you have to incur that cost. And then not to mention gas and all these other things that are involved with just actually leaving your house to go to work and actually having to pay for childcare for someone to watch your child while you do that. It can get kind of expensive. And so what I like is that it allows me to have my kids around. I mean, my little one, she is actually part of the group. She is the Shimmer Starlet Shimmer. Jeez. She's the Shimmer Starlet representative, which is their children's jewelry line. They have young girls, and I would say some of it is gender neutral type of jewelry. And this is her thing, the way she makes her allowance and everything like that. And I didn't recommend this idea to her. She wanted to do it. So, you know, this is something that really is cool because it teaches her scheduling, you know, management, money management, You know, it teaches her socializing and networking, things like that, that are important once she gets older in order to, like, you know, be a, you know, an adult, you know. So yeah, I know that word comes difficult for me. What is that thing that you have to grow up? What is it? Oh, adulting. Yeah. So yeah, this is Tikiesha with FabandFive Jewels. So now I can tell you what's up with the last name. My last name officially is Allen, but as I told you earlier in my long-winded story, that won't be for long. So when you see Tikiesha Wilson, it's still the same diva. All right, you guys, thank you so much for you know, checking me out, and like and subscribe this page, so that way if you need any more tips or anything like that about being a papa mama, you can check out Tikiesha. All right, FabandFive Jewels. I can't. Well, there it is. FabandFive Jewels. Bye.